Hi, Steve Shorts. My name is Mabel Shadende, and I am a current rising senior at Texas Tech University studying political sciences and history as double majors. So I just want to say thank you so much for creating this opportunity, especially for underrepresented peoples in law and in the field of law, and for those that look like me. Essentially, it's motivating me throughout this horrid week with the deaths of unarmed Black men and women that have recently come to light in the media. So it's been your posts on your Facebook page and your creation of the scholarship have been very motivational to me to continue studying, even though this has been the hardest week to study for the LSAT. But I thank you for that. Okay, so my aspirations for law school is essentially to, study in the fields of public interest law. And I specifically would like to go into either civil rights or immigration law, and or both. But those are two of my passions, and I'll tell you why. So I came to this country at the age of 8 years old, and coming from a country like Nigeria, where everyone looks like you, everyone has beautiful black skin in all varying shades like you, and coming to America, it was such a huge culture shock. It was honestly a rude awakening. I didn't understand how and why people automatically assumed that I was stealing and followed me around in their stores. As a kid, I didn't understand why my neighbor's grandfather didn't want me walking with his grandson because, according to him, I was a nigger. I didn't understand why I could not speak well and I could not speak proper English because of the color of my skin. So I had a lot of traumatic experiences growing up when it came to race, but it also fueled me in a way. It fuels me to pursue advocacy geared majors in college. It's the reason why I chose political science and history, because I realized that so much of Black history, which is essentially the fabric, the building blocks of this country, is not taught in schools. I think being exposed to that history really motivated me. And one thing I learned when I became very engrossed in Black history was understanding that it allowed for people like me and so many other immigrants in this nation to be here. The Civil Rights Movement in the 60s and the creation of the Civil Rights Act and the Immigration and Nationality Act of 64 ushered in so many more families from around the world. It changed the focus of immigration in the U.S. from Europe and Asia to South America and to Africa, and it allowed for people like me to be here. Furthermore, as a Black immigrant, I benefit so much from diversity and inclusion policies created by the Civil Rights Movement, and I owe it to the lives that pushed for the Civil Rights Movement and that laid their lives down so that I could be here. I owe it to them to succeed. And finally, my reason for wanting to pursue public interest law at the law school level is because of my own personal stories with my father. My father motivated me in so many ways growing up, and I saw him being mistreated as an undocumented person in this United States, and he feared the police. He hated calling the police even when people hurt him, and he was physically assaulted many times. And he taught me to fear the police. And now as I grew up, I realized that's so wrong, and that we should all know our rights. We should all be able to trust in police who say they're here to defend us. So, essentially, I want to do public interest law so I can shape the world in which my children will grow up in. I want them to feel safe, I want them to feel respected, and I want them to know that their Black lives definitely matters. So I thank you, and I hope you consider me for this scholarship. Bye. Stay safe. Have a good one.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.